right. Hey, guess who's back inside the glass case of emotion? It's this guy. Did you miss me? Actually, you didn't miss me. You know why you didn't miss me? Because we're so... Can I say D-A-M-N?
Let's just be safe and say no.
We're so daggum slick here that we preloaded and pre-recorded a ton of material before I got on the road last week and went away for 6 days. So in your world, the transition was seamless. In our world, I haven't been in the studio since a week ago. It was exactly a week ago, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is the first time I've been back inside the glass case of Emotion Studios for a week, but that's okay because we do our job around here. You're welcome. And in case you missed it or haven't figured it out by now, I am your host, Professor Paul Markle, and we are located at the, inside of the glass case of Emotion Studios, which is located at Student of the Gun University. And at Student of the Gun University, there is no tenure. You have to earn it every day. Is that not correct, Jared?
You do. Trust me. I know. If we did, maybe we should start doing tenure.
No tenure.
No?
Nope, you have to earn it every day.
But only for me, nobody else.
How
about that?
Hey, you want to know something? That's me blowing my own horn. Last week, we kicked off the Team Honey Badger. Oh, and by the way, for all of you yesterday who couldn't get into the Team Honey Badger launch and the what do you call it, the promo thing, whatever.
Video, any of the videos that we had, the server that we use, the service that we use for the video pages, they were down. So
yes,
you guys broke the internet.
It was a Google Cloud issue. It was not our issue. We had all our crap wired.
Yeah, we're good.
It was the cloud. The Google Cloud was overloaded and it crashed. So
the good thing is,
congratulations on breaking the internet, all of you fans of Student of the Gun.
The good thing is that the error that they saw actually said the name of the service that we use, and it said that it was their problem and it wasn't ours. So
yeah.
Thank you guys for letting me know that was going on, because if you guys don't tell me, I don't know. I already went through the process before just to make sure it worked. So when it drips out to you guys now, I don't even We don't
look at it every time. You want to hear something cool, Jared? I'm on the internet. I'm on the internet machine. And
wait, one more thing.
Go ahead.
One more thing about the Honey Badger book launch.
Boop, boop.
When
this isn't going to be only one more thing, but go on.
Oh, okay. Well, one more thing for me right now at this particular moment in time. When you make a purchase, you get moved into a different email list. So that's how you stop getting emails. Just so you know. Okay. I just wanted to I don't remember who said that.
What?
Somebody said that they purchased the book so you can stop sending them emails. And I said that they don't have to worry because since they purchased, they're not on the need to email list, because we don't want people to miss the opportunity to get in on this.
Right. So. I mean, we want to let you know, but once you do it, then you stop getting them. It's the smartness of the internet.
No. And it's funny because we let the grad program in already, obviously. Right. So if you guys want to be in on that process, then you need to go to studentofthegun.com or studentofthegunradio.com and fill out the little form. Click the orange box at the top and fill it out.
Okay. Now my news.
Sure.
No, I lit last week. Oh, I guess you could say I lit the fuse, or I pulled the pin and walked away. I lit the fuse on the Honey Badger and walked away.
Yeah. And
I went out into the field, and we're going to talk about that very soon. But I went out into the God's wide open Texas country land, and I had no internets, and no. Well, I had when your phone gives you it goes to, instead of 4G, it says E. Extended service.
For air, because you have AT&T?
No, it's not air. It's extended service, meaning, yeah, you can still use this, but we're going to charge you for every second that you're on it, just FYI. So the fact is that my phone spent 5 days essentially on airplane mode. So I had no idea what was going on with the Honey Badger, whether you guys even gave a crap or anybody was reading it or buying it or anything. I just opened up Amazon and I went to the the Team Honey Badger Kindle Unlimited version. And guess what, Jared?
What?
Right now, if you click the hot new releases, we are number 6 in the parenting and relationship reads.
Oh, that's awesome.
In the hot new releases. Yeah. We should be number 1. That is my goal, and I think it should be your goal too, and I think it should be all of our goal to put Team Honey Badger, because think about it. Let me see. This is what's not cool, is Amazon, they lump parenting and, quote, relationships in the same category. So in the same category as my book is books like 131 Dirty Talk Examples, Sex and Marriage, Sex and Passion, stuff like that. I'm like, come on, guys. Why would you relate, or why would you put, that kind of stuff in a parenting category?
Because parents have to read that stuff.
Yeah, I guess. But,
some parents, I guess.
So anyway, as we're recording this, we're the number 6 in the hot new releases, and we are on the top 100 bestseller list. So there's that. And thank you to everybody who left reviews. Thank you for leaving reviews on Amazon and on our site and so forth.
Some people jumped on early. Some people jumped on early before the actual launch was done, and they went and bought the book on Amazon, and now they are missing out on what they get when they buy it from us.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm looking, actually. I'm going to tell you what, I'm not going to talk about Honey Badger anymore. Let's go ahead and talk about getting back to what we're doing. We'll talk about that later. It is Wednesday, and because it is Wednesday, we're going to have a SWAT Fuel Fitness Talk update for you. But before we get into that, let's pay a couple of bills. I feel like I haven't said this. That's the funny thing about it, is I feel like I haven't talked about any of our sponsors or anything for over a week, and I feel kind of guilty, even though I know in reality that yesterday's show went up and it was like it should be. I just feel like, man, it's been a long time since I talked about any of this stuff. Century Arms, the sweetest-smelling arms manufacturer in the United States of America, makers of the TP9 SA, and also the C39 crossbreed holsters. Let me tell you what, hippies, I drove for, I drove for 10 hours and then stopped and then drove for another 3.5 hours, and then I reversed the trip. So I did essentially 14 hours and 14 hours. So 28 hours worth of driving, and the whole time I was wearing the Bruce Jenner, also known as the Super Tuck, the Bruce Jenner commemorative, also known as the Super Tuck holster. And it was very comfortable the whole time. And I got out and walked into gas stations and restaurants and rest areas, and nobody was any of the wiser, because I had my gun secreted on my body with a crossbreed holster. Frog Lube, yes, indeed. I frog lubed up all the guns. A lot of you guys who follow us on social media saw that I prepped the rifles and the pistol as well with Frog Lube before I took off and went up there. And then, of course, SWAT Fuel, but we're going to do our SWAT Fuel fitness talk. Are we all cute? Is King Julian ready to sing to us? Man, I love King Julian.
King Julian does sing pretty well.
I feel like it's been over a week since I heard him.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
Fantastic, pretty body ocean at the big tight and woman and nice, sweet, energetic, pretty body ocean at the big tight and woman and nice, sweet, fantastic.
As we talked about last week, you guys know it's training season. It should always be training season, but especially now. If you guys don't know, did we talk about that on the radio? Was that a radio topic?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We hit training season hard.
Oh, yeah, because it was the things you have to know about firearms training season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know about that radio show, go back and just type in training season on Steel-Gun-Radio.com and you can check it out. It was an entire full-length feature for you guys. This week we want to talk about legs and back strength, and last week we talked about grip strength, right?
Yep, grip strength and forearms.
So why, Dad, tell them why legs and back strength is good.
All right, legs and back strength. If you are serious about what you're doing, if you're serious about being an armed citizen and a patriot and what have you, the fact of the matter is you're going to be carrying stuff. lots of stuff. If you all these guys go out and they buy. How many of your friends do you know that in the last 5 years or so went out and bought bug out bags? And how many of your friends went online and bought plate carriers and plates and armor and so forth? And you're like, oh yeah, I did. I know my buddies did and so forth. Okay. Are you wearing a plate carrier right now? You're like, well, no, I'm not wearing one right now. Okay. If the balloon goes up and stuff gets serious, you're planning on wearing that stuff, right? Yeah, I am. Oh yeah. Don't sweat it, Paul. I'm down to fight. The DTF is down to fight, right? I'm down to fight. DTF. So, folks, if you've never worn a plate carrier, if you've never carried a 25 or 30-pound rucksack for an extended period of time, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. And in order to do that, you need a strong back and you need strong legs. And if you don't work, if your leg workout is getting up, walking to the coffee machine, and walking back to your desk 3 times a day, you might want to. I'm just going to go ahead.
If that's your workout, then I recommend
that's your
getting up, doing lunges to the coffee machine, and then doing lunges.
Do it right now. Listen, freaks. Listen, hippies. If you're at work and you're listening on your iPod or something, get up and I want you to lunge. I want you to do lunges to the coffee machine.
And you can do jump squats back.
And yeah. Well,
no,
they have
jump
coffee.
squats there and lunges back.
Yeah, if they have coffee,
yeah.
They can't do jump squats with coffee.
That's pretty funny. Oh man, but and I recommend, I'll take it one step further, and you need to make sure your core strength is down pat too. Core strength is very important. It's not only important just to be strong, it's important to keep your back healthy as well. If you're working your back out, then you need to do your core.
And you also think about it like this. If you injure yourself in if you injure yourself in the normal course of your daily workouts or whatever, it's not that big of a deal. You just, go a little easier. You nurse it. But if it's a crisis situation, that's what we're preparing for. Is we're preparing to go beyond the normal. And if you're in a crisis situation and you get a debilitating injury, it's going to be dangerous. It's going to be a dangerous situation. And not only that, but you're no good to your team.
Yeah.
If you're out, what is there's a hole in your team. So work on your leg strength and work on your back strength. You do squats, do walk, run, whatever it is. It's your favorite. What do you say, Jared? All of the above.
Yeah.
Squats, walk,
do it all.
Run, treadmill. Lay on your back, lift your legs up off the ground, and flutter kick.
Yeah.
And I don't mean 3. I mean like 30. And then do. All you old Marines know what hello dollies are.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, I don't know if there's...
I'm doing the hand gesture of hello dollies.
Yeah, he was doing the hand gesture, and I could see it, but you can't. Ha. But there's probably some YouTube videos out there for you guys, and that's something that's forecasted.
Probably?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never searched hello dolly on YouTube. I don't know if it's like a doll or something. But that's forecasted in my future, is doing YouTube videos of exercises for you guys. However, you can go there and search them now, and I'm going to give you a list of stuff that you should be doing right now. So get a pen and paper, and you're going to write this stuff down, and then you're going to go search how to do it if you don't know how. Okay?
Oh, yeah. If you type in hello dolly exercises, there's 4 right off the bat.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're actually the right thing?
I'm not going to watch it while we're talking.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
Live strong.
I know some of these people don't really know what they're doing, and they just put these videos up there because they think they know, but they really don't.
Well, this one is a commercial about a guy with diabetes. So there's that. That's funny that they have a commercial about having diabetes, and I guess people are talking about getting fit. So come on, hippie, show me what you're doing. Yeah, he's doing it right. He looks kind of effeminate, and I'm not going to turn the volume up, but good for him.
Anyway, so let's give you guys some exercises you can do to actually strengthen your legs and your back and your core too. Now, for your legs, obviously squats, deadlifts as well. Deadlifts actually do your lower back and your hamstrings. And I'm going to give you guys this little gold nugget of knowledge here. If you're doing, like, okay, so if you work out your quadricep, which is your thigh, if you work out that muscle, then you need to also do the opposite motion, which would be your hamstring. It's the same thing with your abs. If you work your abs, you need to do your back. Keep it equal. You always need to do the opposite because it actually balances your body. And especially for you guys that do a lot of leg exercises, I know a lot of people skip leg day, and you need to not do that. But for you guys that do a lot of leg exercises, your knees are going to hurt because you do one thing more than the other. If you do quads, if you do squats more than you do hamstring deadlifts or hamstring curls or something like that, then your knees are going to be in bad shape when you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s. Well, and that was one thing. That was one of the coolest things. He told me a lot of cool stuff, but John Saylor, that's what he told me. He said, if I do one side, I need to do the other too. She's bringing gifts.
Yes, Miss Alex is wrapping gifts. Yeah. She got fancy. She's doing fancy gift wrapping. Oh, bless her little heart. Oh.
Now, for your back, you can do your lower back. Do good mornings. You could do deadlifts, like I said. There's a ton of exercises you can do. If you go to bodybuilding.com or bodybuilder.com, I don't remember which one it is. Go there, and they've got a whole ton of exercises that you can do, and you can actually segment it by the muscle.
Oh, and squats. Quit worrying about like doing gorilla. Do it right. Focus more on your form, doing it correctly than the total amount of weight.
When you do your squats, you need to have your feet shoulder width apart, and when you squat down, your knees should not go over your toes. You need to keep those straight up and down, your shins. Does that make sense?
No, I'm trying to think of.
If you got your toes are pointed forward, when you squat down, your knees should not break the plane of your toe.
Oh,
that makes sense.
Forward.
Yeah,
like
forward.
Going forward.
Yeah, go forward. Your legs should stay straight up and down.
Ah, I got you. I'm digging what you're squealing there. And if you can't do that,
you need to
lighten up the weight and do the form. Do it correctly.
Yeah, the weight will come with the form. You need to do the form correctly first.
There you go. Because otherwise, you're going to injure yourself.
Yeah.
And then you're going to.
And then
you do like the Mongos that come in here sometimes and like tear their muscles off their bones because they're trying to lift too much. It's like, slow down, Mongo.
He was trying to lift a 200-pound person by curling.
Oh, off the ground?
Yeah. When he was like in an arm bar.
Don't do that.
Hard-headed people.
Yeah, I know. So.
Core strength, obviously, hello dollies, flutter kicks, crunches. And when you do sit-ups, make sure you do them correctly. They're called sit-ups, not sit forwards. So you're going to sit up to the ceiling first. You bring your chest to the ceiling and then to your knees.
Oh, look at you. Freaking Jack LaLanne Jr.
Yeah. I'm tired of watching people do sit-ups and they're just like sitting forward. Jr. But whatever. That's a pretty good start for you guys.
That's probably information overload.
Yeah. Okay, so I want you to focus on body squats, deadlifts, or hamstring curls for your hamstrings.
All right.
And then for your core, your abs, do your leg lifts and stuff like that. You don't need weights for any of those.
And then go hang upside down to loosen your back out.
Oh, yeah. Inversion machine.
Inversion. Get on the inversion.
My legs are really sore today because Alex made me do squats and deadlifts yesterday.
Aww.
And lunges. Lunges is another good one.
Did she make you do that?
Yeah.
Aww. You can just do, if say, I don't have weights and I don't go to a gym, do Hindu squats.
Yeah, you just need your body. That's it.
Do Hindu squats.
If you don't have weights, do 200 body weight squats.
Ooh.
And then let me know how you feel.
And then you will be crawling down the stairs.
Let me know the next day. Do that today. And then tomorrow, let me know how the stairs work for you.
And that's the crazy thing with Hindu squats. It's not the going up the stairs. It's the going down them.
Yeah. Oh,
when we used to do that, it was all I could do not to just lay on my belly and slide down the stairs.
Yeah, you're like, no,
I'm just gonna sit down and
the stairs are my enemy, and I will defeat you. But when you're doing squats, I said 200. 200 is a good benchmark to do every single day, and you don't have to do 200 at once. You can do like when you wake up, do 25, and then.
Can I do 200 a month?
No.
You
could do 200 times 30 every month. That's 6,000, right?
Nah, that's not going to happen. But okay. All right, listen up, hippies. Get out there and do it. moving right along. Thank you to our friends Brownells for being a sponsor of Student of the Gun. And Brownells, if you go there, you can buy Frog Lube. Yes, you're allowed. I'll let you. Hoping that by this time they've got the Frog Lube. What is it? Extreme!
Oh my God.
They should have Frog Lube Extreme by now. If they
He
don't,
hasn't got
shame
to
on
do
them.
that for a whole week.
I know. Duracoat products. You can buy Duracoat products at brownells.com. Duracoat, because life's too short to have an ugly gun. And Velocity triggers. Superior quality and value. Did I do that correct after a week? I think I did. He's giving me the, I don't know. How do you not know that? You should have that tattooed on your forearm. Superior quality and value. Velocity Triggers. At velocitytriggers.com. If you've got a black rifle, they've got a trigger for you. All right, freaks. Did you want to say something? You're making that like, I'm going to say something face.
I need to check
Either
my
that or
calendar
you need
real
to fart.
quick.
What?
I need to check my calendar real quick. I think I forgot about something.
Did you forget about something?
Yeah.
Oh, that will happen. That will happen. Can I keep talking, though, or should I stop talking?
You can keep talking.
I'm allowed?
Yeah.
All right. All right, freaks and freakettes. After action, Texas Hunt After Action Report. Paul, this last week, I took off, left Biloxi, drove up to the DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth area, actually to a little city called Keller. And Keller is a suburb of Fort Worth or Dallas, depending on what your mindset is. Don't ever tell somebody from Fort Worth that they're from Dallas because it makes them angry. And they're like, I'm not from Dallas, I'm from Fort Worth. It's not the same thing. And yes, I'm down with that. So we hung out in suburbia. I got there, and I got there at night, got up in the morning. We needed to go out and we needed to get supplies. We needed to get food and provisions and whatnot, and get the cooler stocked up because we were driving way up northwest of Wichita Falls. We went to Wichita Falls, and then we went northwest a little bit. How many of you guys know your Texas geography, and you know that there's a road called 287, and it goes from Wichita Falls to Amarillo? You with me still there, hippie?
Yeah, I'm still with you.
Okay.
We have a 2 p.m. today.
Oh, we have a 2 p.m. today? Okay, good. Well, we can do that.
Okay.
All right. So, Jared, I got a question for you. Do you know what an REI store is?
REI.
Romeo, Edward, India?
No.
REI, I've never been to an REI store, but there is one in, I don't know if it's in Keller, it's whatever, it's in that area. And Shane drug me to it. It is a freaking granola eating. The place where we were is definite hardcore suburbia. And what I discovered is that REI will sell you a women's down winter jacket for $186.
Wow.
They will. They'll sell you a men's jacket, a men's winter jacket, for $249. Yeah, they'll do that for you. It was kind of crazy, and the people that work there, they're not like bad people, but this dude that was working there, Jared, told me that I needed to get a conch shell comb for my beard to work the beard oil in. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And he was telling me about how they strive to have everything in there to be fair trade.
Wow.
Oh, no, man. Well, while we were in there, there's all these like suburban women in there spending their husband's money buying boots and coats because it got down into like the low 40s. And, you know, when it gets into the low 40s in Texas, they got to break out the Snuggie boots and the hats and stuff like that. But it was
yoga pants and stuff.
It's kind of fun. Yeah, yoga pants with the Snuggie boots and the down coats and what have you. It's just kind of fun. Then I went to a place called Tom Thumb. Tom Thumb is an up-end grocery store, high-end grocery store. Very nice.
Yes, Tom Thumb.
Very nice store. And Shane needed to get a cake for Lori because it was her birthday this weekend. So he went over there to get a cake. And he said, dude, wait for them to finish frosting the cake, and I'll be right back. So I was standing there. And I posted this picture. Did you see the zebra cake picture that I put up on Twitter?
No.
No? Okay. So I'm standing there by the cake case, and I'm looking at it, and there's a square cake that is in a zebra pattern, right? It's like white with black and got some stuff on it. And it's probably, you could cut it into 4 good-sized pieces, maybe, for $29.99. Almost $30. It's like, for a cake. Not a big cake, not a wedding cake, not like a cake that you would feed 12 people, but a cake that you could feed 8 people who just wanted a little tiny bit, or 4 full-size adult men like me. So I asked the lady, I said, $28 for a zebra cake? I said, is that made with real zebra? And she's like, oh, no. And she starts explaining to me very seriously how, no, you don't understand, it's made with the Fooba-Doopa-Doopa frosting, right? And it's really expensive, and it's the highest quality, bestest frosting we have. And I was like, oh, I thought they made frosting out of like sugar and butter and, milk and flour and stuff like that. I don't know. Or not milk. I don't know what the hell you make frosting out of. Sugar, right? Sugar and butter and shortening, right? And food coloring. Apparently, those things are really expensive. So Shane come back. We got the cake, and I said, yeah. I said, you see the zebra cake? He's like, yeah. I said it's only made with fair trade zebra. Right. So we started joking about the fair trade zebra at Tom Thumb on Thursdays. Only on Thursdays you can go into Tom Thumb and you can get fair trade free range zebra. Their zebras they only stock free range fair trade zebra. So Shane was telling, we were joking about it, and this is right before we went to REI. So he's joking with the clerk who told me that I needed a conch shell comb and beard oil, and he said something about like having free range zebra available at Tom Thumb, and the guy was horrified. He got the horrified look, and he actually stepped back away from the register to give Shane the "you're a barbarian" look. And so he kept on, and he's like, "No, man, you don't understand. It's good." He goes, "When it's free range, that's the best kind of zebra to eat." And the guy was just like aghast. So,
that is funny.
That's how we started our trip. That's before we even...
You didn't even get out of...
We weren't even out of suburbia yet.
Oh, man. Well, that was probably the fun part.
So we got all our groceries, and we met with our friends, and we headed up to the ranch. And, oh, man, I had, my gear. I took a couple of rifles and a pistol and what have you. And... Can I tell the E-tool story? Should I tell the entrenching tool story? How many of you guys know what an E-tool is? E stands for entrenching, or a shovel. Basically, a small shovel or a pack shovel. Back in the olden days, when I was a young Marine, they had the tri-fold shovels. Like all you Vietnam era guys remember the wooden handle folding shovels. Well, they upgraded those to a tri-fold shovel, and you could use it flat, or you could use it like a pick, right? And those were great until sand and grit got into the little mechanism, the turning mechanism, and then they would either A, not lock, or B, would lock in place and you couldn't fold them again. But I digress. Well, I had a shovel. I'm going to look it up right now. Cold Steel makes a wooden-handled... Cold Steel, let me see, steel shovel. It's called what is it called? Oh, it's called the Special Forces shovel, right? I think they used to call it the Spetsnaz, and I don't think people were digging on that. I think people were kind of like, I don't want a Spetsnaz shovel. Those are Russians, and they're bad. I don't want one of those. So I think they changed the name to Special Forces, which is essentially what Russian Spetsnaz is. Anyway, so I had one of those, and I actually got it several months ago, but I hadn't been out to the field since I got this Cold Steel Special Forces shovel, right? And I'm sure you guys, if you're gun guys or knife people or whatever, you've probably seen them. They're pretty sturdy, and they actually put a sharp edge on the end. But they're not fold. They don't fold. They're very solid. So I thought, what the heck? I'm going out into the field. I'll take this shovel with me. So I put it on my pack, and the first night we get there, we unload the Kawasaki Mule from the trailer. You guys who are hip know what that is. It's a two-seater. You could probably you could fit 4 people comfortably, 6 people if basically they're sitting on each other's laps. But it's an ATV type deal that you use on ranches and out in the field. So we fire that up. We get out there, and it's already dark, but we decide we're going to go check on the game cameras. And I'm a visitor here. I'm a guest. But the guy whose property it is, he told us, hey, I've got game cameras around by some of the feeders, and I'm going to go pull the cards and see what's been showing up. We're like, hey, cool, that sounds like a good deal. So we go buzzing out of camp, but we took you guys know that jackrabbits in Texas are a pest varmint type animal. You know that, right? Well, you should know that. And I whacked one with my suppressed 22 the first night out. But we're tooling along there, and we get to the first place, and our host Todd hadn't been there for a while, and there'd been a serious rainstorm. We're going down this hill towards where this trail cam is, and the grass is pretty high. It's a couple feet tall. It's dark, and all of a sudden we realize that the storms had washed out not the entire road, but just they have washed ruts into the road, created these deep 1 to 2 feet deep ruts in the road. But they were masked. They were kind of camouflaged by this tall grass. So we get into them. The tires slip into the ruts. We stop, try and back out, realize we can't back out. So we try and turn out of the ruts to go up the side of the hill. Can't get out. These deep ruts in this red Texas clay dirt have got us trapped. And so here we are, first night out. We're not 30 minutes out of camp, and we're stuck. And this mule, this Kawasaki Mule, 4-wheel drive Kawasaki Mule, is stuck. A couple, like the front right tire is off the ground, and then the rear tire was off the ground. Long story short, Shane says to me, he's like, dude, you got that shovel, right? I said, yeah, it's on the back. He goes, break that sucker out. So we break it out. We start digging out the rear tire, get some traction, front tires. We use this shovel to essentially dig out and flatten the ruts, these deep storm ruts. And I know the story isn't that it's better visual, but thanks to the Cold Steel Special Forces shovel that you can get for less than $30, we were able to dig out this 4-wheel drive Kawasaki Mule. Because we were about 3 miles from base camp at the time, and we were all thinking, oh, it's going to be a long 3-mile walk back to get the truck and a winch and try and pull this thing out of here. But we got it out. Yay, go team. So the shovel, the Cold Steel entrenching tool, was the hero of the adventure, at least the hero of the first night. And which brings me to a good point. How many of you guys out there have bug out bags and packs and end of the world gear and all that stuff, but you don't have a compact shovel? You're like, well, I've got shovels out in the garage. I'm like, yeah, I know you have shovels out in the garage, and you probably have rakes and all that stuff and axes, but are you going to put that on the side of your pack and walk with it? Or we're like, no. Brothers and sisters, and we don't get a penny from Cold Steel, but some of their stuff is just too cool not to talk about. I'm looking right now, and you can get one from anywhere. This Man-O-Venture website, I've never used this website ever, but it says they have one on sale for $16.25. That seems like too good to be true. I don't know if it's too good to be true. I've never bought anything from this company, but the average price for these shovels is way less than $30. I think they're MSRP $29.95, and let me see, Amazon. Amazon has everything, right? You could probably buy a house, a car, a boat, an airplane on Amazon. Here we go. Amazon.com, $29.97, $21.11. $40. What? Who's a crazy person trying to sell that thing for $40? You'd be crazy. Here you got another one, $25 and so forth. Long story short, get yourself one of those shovels. All right, moving on. What did we see? It was kind of cool because being generally from the eastern side of the United States, on the east of the Mississippi, I've seen lots and lots of white-tailed deer in my life. I've seen lots of pigs. I've seen coyotes and all kinds of different game. But I've never been somewhere where there were native mule deer. Well, in this section, we were in Hall County, Hall, Hall County, Texas, which is way up there. Anyway, they have native mule deer. And I'd never seen mule deer in the wild. And if you guys, if you follow us on social media, you see that we put some pictures up. I was not there hunting mule deer. You know why? Because I don't live in Texas, and to buy an out-of-state deer hunting permit from the state of Texas, I think the state of Texas wanted me, or the public wanted me to give them $300 for the privilege of shooting at a deer in Texas. Are you with me? Is your microphone on?
Yeah, that's insane.
So I've never wanted to shoot a deer bad enough to pay someone $300 to do it. And some of you guys are, wow, then that's nothing. Like, okay, if that's your bag, man, if you're like Austin, oh, that's my bag, man. There's no way I'm giving you $300 for the privilege or the chance of shooting at a deer. It's just not going to happen. So I was there basically to shoot hogs and coyotes and varmints and pests and so forth. But I got to watch a whole bunch of mule deer in the wild.
That was fun.
Which was interesting. Saw bucks and does and spike bucks and all that jazz. Kind of cool. They are big. The deer that Phil shot, the buck that he shot, that was a pretty good deal. Should I tell that story?
I think you should tell that story tomorrow. Save that for tomorrow's show.
Okay. All right. So long story short, I got to go out. I got to test out some of my field gear. I got to field test my shovel for the first time. Was wearing my good boots, good quality boots. Layers. Ladies and gentlemen, if you now all you hunters out there, you're like, I got it. All you former Marines and soldiers, you're like, yep, we got it. But if you're not a hunter, if you're not a former Marine or soldier, you're just a dude or a dudette. Layers. Base layers, top layers, layers of jackets, fleece. Wear fleece jackets, but make sure that you have a windbreak type shell to wear over the top of it. Like we'd be buzzing along, and it got down into the 30s at night and up to about 60 or so in the daytime. But when you're buzzing along on that mule vehicle there, it gets cold. You know, if it's 38 degrees out and you get one of those suckers and it's open, it doesn't have a cabin or anything, it just has a windscreen. It gets chilly. It gets chilly out there. You really have a super intense look on your face. Are you very intensely thinking about something?
Yeah, I was trying to fix broken stuff over here.
Aw, that makes me sad. Makes me a sad panda. Sad panda. So what do you guys want to know? We had a good time. You know, we had some man time. No phones, no internet, no news, no nothing. There was a TV, of course, inside the trailer, and we had and a DVD player. So the one night we watched The Bourne Identity, and then they put in Django Unchained the second night. And I'm pretty much morally opposed to everything that Jamie Foxx does because he's a hardcore leftist, pro-Obama person. Yeah. And Quentin Tarantino obviously has exposed himself as a leftist and a lunatic. But they put it in. You know, I was outvoted, and I wasn't going to say anything. I was a guest. So I think there were some good lines in that movie, though, that people liked it.
Oh, were they?
They spent a lot of money on it, I'll tell you that. But you know what's funny is they put it in the second or third night we were at camp, and we were just kind of like staring at it. And I looked around, and Phil's like, I'm done. He got up and went to bed. I look over at Shane and Todd, and they're both had their eyes closed, and they're nodding. So I got up and said, I guess we're done, right? And they're like, what? Oh, yeah, we're done. A lot of fresh air and a lot of sunshine. Oh, things that I noticed or that struck home to me, even if you think you're familiar with an area We went into one area that Todd had never explored before, and we got out away from the road and away from landmarks, and everything looked the same. So I broke out the compass and I started shooting directions because we could see a windmill on top of a hill, and it was almost due north. And I said to Todd, that right there is the windmill's almost exactly due north. And he said, really? He goes, if you'd asked me, I thought that would have been east. I said, well, according to this magnetic thing in my hand, with the NSW. He's like, wow. And it's easy, especially in the wintertime when the sun is really super low on the horizon. Because you look at the sun, you think, oh, the sun is either exactly east or exactly west. But when it's low on the horizon, it's hard to tell direction. If you're going to go out, you're like, oh, it's no problem, Paul. I have my GPS. Does your GPS run on batteries? Or I got one for you, my phone. I've got my phone. And I've got GPS on my phone. Does your phone rely on the wireless signal to tell you? Well, yeah. So what do you do when you get out in the field and it says no service? Does it still work? No, because it can't communicate with anything. If you're thinking that you know what a compass is, folks? It's an analog GPS. It doesn't need batteries, and it doesn't need service.
They do have compass apps that I think would still work.
I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure they would.
They would work?
Yeah.
How do they work without service? They're not magnetic.
I don't know. But I'm pretty sure they do.
With
because I was
like if you put your phone on airplane mode
right now, I'm going to do that right now.
Well, you don't want to do it inside a building because you're in a metal building. It's not going to. Oh, and also get out of the vehicle. For those of you that have never used a lensatic compass, it's based upon the magnetic principle. There's a great big ball of liquid hot magma of metal underneath the North Pole, and that's why the compass points north. You know that, right? And it also actually shifts. It moves around a little bit. So magnetic north is not always the exact same. Folks, get a compass, learn how to read your compass. Get a map, learn how to read your map. Before you go out, use this crazy thing called Google Earth and print them up. Do aerial photos, print them up, put them in plastic sheets or laminate them or what have you. How many times have you guys taken a new person out to the field, or you're going to take a new person, you say, hey, we're going to go out here. That person's never been there. It's really neat if you can take either an aerial photo or a map and point to it and say, okay, this is where we are right now. Okay, I got it. And this is where we're going. Stop relying on your freaking phone so much, because at some point in time, your phone's not going to be there. Maps and compasses don't need Wi-Fi signals, and they don't need batteries. Learn how to use them. You will not regret it. All right, folks, that is the end of another broadcast from Student of the Gun Radio. I am still your host, Professor Paul Markle. Thank you for joining us today. We will be back tomorrow, I promise, unless the world ends or something like that, and then don't sweat it. Jared, say goodbye to the folks at home.
Goodbye, folks at home. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate it, and I've got a homework assignment for you. Leave us a review on your podcasting app, be it iTunes, Stitcher, Podcast Republic. I know a lot of you guys use that. Just please leave us a review and let us know what you think. Hopefully it's 5 stars.
That's right. All right, remember, you're a beginner once, but a student for life.